Hey guys, welcome to the Field of 68 YouTube channel. If you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button and you'll get more college basketball content just like this.
Purdue, Tennessee, Duke, North Carolina State. For me, I think Purdue, Tennessee is the most interesting matchup that we're going to get in the Elite Eight this year.
We thought it would be tonight.
In large part because you have Zach Edey, you have Dalton Knecht. These two teams have played before, but the difference is we didn't see Zakai Ziegler the last time these two teams played. We didn't see the real Dalton Knecht the last time that these two teams played. Sweeney, break down this matchup for me. What does Tennessee have to do to take down number 1 seed Purdue?
I think a big question is how this game's officiated. When they met in Maui, it was a foul fest. Like, it was ugly. Took the entire flow out of the game. Like, look, if you've watched Purdue this tournament, like, you know they want to play faster. They want to flow into stuff, and I think they're going to try to do that against Tennessee. Tennessee's comfortable with that. Tennessee wants to play faster too. I know it sounds weird to say. You're saying Purdue, Tennessee, Matt Payne or Rick Barnes. You're thinking like, all right, this is going to be a grinder. We can run our sets, do our thing. Like, you know, I think both teams want to fly up and down and get good shots. Like, obviously Dalton's a huge deal in this game. I'm curious how Purdue guards him. You know, Gillis and Edey, I think, are the two guys that probably are the best matchup. Like, can Lance Jones really guard Dalton Knecht because he's so much smaller? Like, and Dalton releases it so high, right? Like Dalton's going to get his shots up, and he has obviously the ability to win a game. The Edey foul trouble question versus Edey is huge. Look, Tennessee has a ton of bodies to throw out. They can go get a Waka in there. They can go get even like Estrella. Like, look, is Estrella going to be like good enough to hang with Edey? No, but like
he can
get
5. He can get 5.
Right? Like, he's deeper. Like, they're deeper in the front court than most teams.
If you see JP Estrella for limited minutes, Tennessee's done. They're done. Let's face it. They're done.
Like they have the body. So I think it's gonna be a fascinating game. I think the point guard matchup probably decides it, right? Like Braden versus Zakai. Who's better tomorrow, I think, is who wins the game. Braden Smith has been ridiculous in this tournament. Like, the people who believe this is just a Zach Edey and everybody else team, like, I don't know what game they're watching. It's certainly not.
Braden's been a top 5 point guard all year.
He's been phenomenal.
Yeah.
And he has delivered in March.
Yep.
Look, Zach was not great, especially early yesterday. I mean, the numbers are great. I think he had 27, 14, whatever. But, like, it took them a while to get going. And they hung in there against Gonzaga because Braden Smith and Lance Jones were awesome. Mm-hmm. And that is why they've been able to be as good as they've been in this tournament. If that continues, I think Purdue's winning this game, and I think Purdue's probably getting to play UConn in the national title game, depending, obviously, what happens in the other game. But, I mean, if not, Tennessee's got a real chance to go knock them off.
So in the first game they played against each other, Fletcher Loyer had 27.
It's true.
And if Fletcher Loyer, I've always said, like, he's kind of their X factor, right? Like, if he plays really well, how many teams can beat him? If they've got Zach Edey, Braden Smith, and Fletcher Loyer on, because then Lance Jones doesn't have to do too much offensively. He can focus on be efficient offensively and guard, right? Guard, be tough, all that. Fletcher Loyer, like, you have no idea what you're getting out of him. None. All year, right? All year. So, like, if he shows up again, I think the fact that he did it against Tennessee is going to mean something tomorrow.
Yeah, and I do think that there is something to be said for the fact that these two teams have played before, right? Like, Purdue is not going to – one of the things that I think Tennessee can do is surprise you a little bit with just how physical they are, right? Like, you can watch it on tape. You can try to prepare for it in practice. You can – if you're the coach, you can kind of say, like, look, these guys are big, they're strong, they're old. Josiah Jordan-James is basically built like a defensive end. You know, they're gonna get up in you, they're gonna push you, they're gonna chuck cutters, they're gonna throw elbows. It's going to be a dogfight when you play Tennessee, and you could say all that, but then when you actually have to go out and experience it, it's a completely different story, right? And I think the fact that Purdue has seen this, has dealt with it, and was going to fully understand just what they're going to be dealing with, because there were 87 fouls called the first 2 times these two teams played. Like, they will be ready for that moment, and that's something that I think will be a little bit of an advantage for Purdue here.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think again, that's part of why I'm curious how this game is officiated, right? Like, if Zach can stay on the floor, like, if I bet Tennessee will do something. I know this sounds crazy. Do something similar to what Illinois did today, which is like, look, if Zach's on the floor, it's really hard to beat him. So we have to go after Zach Edey as many trips as we can, try to get him in foul trouble, try to limit his minutes. Because, look, I think one of the things that makes Zach Edey so special is that he has the physical conditioning to play 29, 30, 31 minutes a game. Right? I mean, when you're dealing with those guys, like, he is so impactful, but he's a lot less impactful. He's playing 24 minutes, right? Those extra 7-8 minutes that they steal with him on the floor are massive. So, look, I think that's a huge part of this game. I think the nerves and how both teams handle the moment is huge too, just because, look, everyone on the floor is aware of each other's March struggles, right? And I think Purdue has played pretty loose throughout this tournament. Tennessee has been through that terrible game. That Texas game, I was down there in Charlotte, like, it was ugly. They couldn't make anything, and you could see it on their faces, like, not again. Not this again. 3 for 25. We're going to lose this game. We're going to get bounced to it. And I think getting through that and dealing with that and finding a way to win that game was very freeing for this Tennessee group. And I thought they played really well, really confident, really loose against Creighton, without a huge piece in Vescovy, who was obviously dealing with the flu. So I do think both teams will be loose, but what happens if one starts slow and they start to feel all the weight of this is the team? Because I think for both programs, there is a feeling of like, if not now, when?
Yeah.
I think it's just going to be a back and forth game. Like, I don't think anybody's going to run away with this one. I think it's going to be kind of a grinder type game. And again, there's so much pressure.
Spread's 3.5, right?
Is that what it is?
Yes, I think so.
There's just so much pressure to me.
I put my bet in,
on Dalton Knecht. If Dalton Knecht does not play well, I don't think Tennessee can win this game. Like, and by well, I mean like 25 and an efficient 25. He can't be 5 for 18. He can't have one of those games. I don't think they could score enough points to win a game like this against Purdue. I don't.
The only thing I would say is that I think having Ziegler is kind of a little bit of an X factor there, because he is like, if you need a guy that can make life hell for Braden Smith, that Braden Smith is going to struggle with. What did we see last year in the tournament with Fairleigh Dickinson? I'm sorry, Purdue fans. I know you don't want to hear it, but we saw
different Braden Smith.
Yeah. No, I agree. But it was little guards that climbed up in him and made it difficult for him to be able to run offense. And I'm not saying that that is going to happen, but I'm saying if it does happen, it's going to be because you have a guy like Zakai Ziegler causing problems like that. If you want to take someone out of being able to run offense, it's you have a little guard that keeps you from being able to get within 35 feet of the rim when you're trying to run offense.
Best month of the year is here, which is why you need to know that we are partnered with BetMGM. We'll be using BetMGM lines for making all of our picks and predictions, and we'll have special offers for the listeners and the viewers of the Field of 68. If you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, you can use bonus code FIELD, and you will get up to a $1,500 first bet offer on your first wager with BetMGM. Here's the best part. All you need to do is deposit and bet $10 of your hard-earned money to get it. This is what you have to do to make it work. Download the BetMGM app and sign up using that bonus code FIELD. Deposit at least $10 and place your first wager on any game. You'll get up to $1,500 in bonus bets if your bet loses. Just make sure you use that bonus code FIELD when you sign up. Most importantly, we have some fun stuff coming up for the rest of the NCAA tournament. Bet insurance tokens, college hoops odds boost, and the thing that I love the most, a nice little parlay boost, as well as a ridiculous array of prop bets for anything that you could possibly imagine betting on. From odds on getting to the Final Four to national championship futures, I'm calling it right now. BetMGM is the king of the prop bet. So go download the BetMGM app. Use that code FIELD and sign up today. And while I've got you, a quick request. The best way to support the Field of 68 content you get for free is to engage with us. Rate and review the pod in any podcast app. Like and share the YouTube videos that you enjoy. Tell your friends about us. It all helps in a world where the algorithm is king. And now, back to the show.